Hello students, today we are going to study about the mechanism of photosynthesis. Firstly, let us talk about the process of photosynthesis. Mesophyll cells, which consist of palisade cells and spongy cells, are the main centers of photosynthesis. During the daytime, the light energy is being trapped by the chlorophyll, which is present on the upper layers of the mesophyll cells, and CO2, which is present in the atmosphere, enters the leaf by diffusion process. They move from higher concentration outside the leaf towards the lower concentration inside the leaf through the small pores, stomata. As well as water is taken up from the soil by the roots and then sent to the stem and then finally to the leaves during this process of photosynthesis. So the CO2 and water combines to form glucose molecule and the oxygen molecule in the presence of light energy and chlorophyll. Now we'll talk about the phases of photosynthesis. There are two main phases of photosynthesis. First one is the light dependent phase and the other one is the light independent phase. Light dependent phase is also known as Hill's reaction, while light independent phase is also known as dark reaction. So firstly, let us discuss about the light dependent phase or the Hill's reaction. In this light dependent phase, light plays a major role and a series of chemical reactions occur in very quick succession initiated by light energy. So hence it is also known as photochemical phase. This light reaction takes place in thylakoids of the chloroplast, and this light reaction is divided into two main steps. Step 1 is the excitation of chlorophyll and step 2 is the splitting up of water molecule or the process of photolysis. Splitting of water is also known as photolysis. So we'll start with step 1. Step 1 is excitation of chlorophyll. As soon as the light falls on the chlorophyll molecule, this light falls in the form of photons, which is the smallest unit of light energy. As soon as this light energy falls on the chlorophyll molecule, these chlorophyll molecules get excited and in return they emit the electrons. So, in step 1, when the photons of light falls on the chlorophyll molecule, they get excited and they get activated, and in return they release the electron. They emit electron, which is further traveling through the electron transport chain in the chloroplast. Now we move on to step 2, which is splitting up of water or photolysis. So now when this photons of light falls on the chlorophyll molecule, it also leads to splitting up of water molecule. It splits up the water molecules into hydrogen ion and oxygen molecule. So this reaction is known as photolysis, which means splitting by light. Photolysis can also be defined as the splitting of H2O molecules into hydrogen ions and oxygen in the presence of light and grana. So we studied that in light reaction, photons of light falls on chlorophyll, due to which this chlorophyll molecule get excited and they in return release the electron. This energy, which is being absorbed by this energy in the form of light energy in the form of photons absorbed by the chlorophyll molecules, helps in splitting of H2O into hydrogen ions as well as oxygen molecule. Now we'll talk about the end products of this photolysis. So as a result of photolysis, hydrogen ion and oxygen molecule is being released, as well as electron is also released. Now see, this hydrogen ion is being utilized by NADP. NADP is nicotinamide dinucleotide phosphate, which is a compound. It combines with this hydrogen ion now combines with this compound and forms NADPH. While the oxygen molecule which was released is in the gaseous form, it is being released off, while the electron which was released is used for converting ADP into ATP. It helps in converting ADP into ATP by addition of the phosphate. So there are three end products of the photolysis. First one is the hydrogen molecule, another one is the oxygen molecule, and the third one is the electron, which helps in adding the phosphate group to the ADP molecule. ADP stands for adenosine diphosphate and ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. So since this process is helping in addition of phosphate, it is also known as phosphorylation. This process is helping in addition of phosphate group, so it is also known as phosphorylation. This process is only known as phosphorylation. Now, since this phosphorylation is taking place due to the photons of light, since the energy is coming from the light, so since this phosphorylation is taking place because of the photons of light falling on the chlorophyll molecule, so this process is also known as photophosphorylation, as the light photons are or as the photons of light are also involved in this. Now children, in your book Living Science class 10th, you're having this process of phosphorylation in step 2, which is wrong. So just make a correction, and this process of phosphorylation will be included in the end products of photolysis and not in step 2. Step 2 will be splitting up of water molecules. So make the corrections in your book. Now we move on to the light independent reaction, which is also known as dark reaction. This is also known as biosynthetic phase of photosynthesis. It occurs in the stroma of chloroplast. It does not require light energy, it is independent of light. This dark reaction occurs simultaneously along with the light reaction, and the time gap between the two is less than 1,000 of a second. During the dark reaction, the NADP and ATP molecules which was being prepared during the light reaction are utilized, and it helps in production of glucose, which is the end product of this process of this dark reaction. So this NADPH and ATP is utilized in the dark reaction to obtain glucose from carbon dioxide. So ultimately in this process, in this dark reaction, in this light independent process, the CO2 which is present in the stroma of chloroplast undergoes reduction and is converted into glucose as a result. So there are series of reactions taking place in this cycle, which is known as Calvin cycle. So series of reaction takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast, which is known as Calvin cycle, in which CO2 is fixed and into the glucose, which can later on be converted into, which can later on be stored as starch. So the fixation of CO2 is catalyzed by an enzyme which is known as Rubisco or ribulose 1,5 bis phosphate carboxylase. This is the enzyme which is being used in this fixation of CO2. During the entire dark reaction, CO2 is getting fixed and it is getting converted into glucose as a result of Calvin cycle. And during this process, NADPH and ATP is also utilized, as well as enzyme Rubisco is also being helping in catalyzing the reactions. This is a diagram showing the entire light and dark reaction. You can see that the light reaction is taking place in the thylakoid of the grana, while the dark reaction is taking place in the stroma region. Now let us see what is happening. Firstly, during the light reaction, light photons of light falls on the thylakoid of grana, and as a result these grana chlorophyll molecules which is present in the thylakoid get excited, and in return they release the electrons. They release the electron which is used up in converting the ADP to ATP. They also help in splitting up of water molecule into oxygen as well as hydrogen ion. This hydrogen ion helps in conversion of NADP into NADPH. Now we move on to the dark reaction. Now during the dark reaction, CO2 is getting fixed in the form of glucose, and during this process NADPH and ATP is getting utilized. This is a simplified summary of light and dark reaction taking place in the chloroplast. So the light reaction which is occurring in thylakoid and the dark reaction occurring in the stroma region. During the light reaction, the photons of light falls on chlorophyll molecule, due to which they become excited, they become activated, and they lead to splitting up of water molecule into hydrogen ion and oxygen electron is released. Now, this oxygen is being given out while the hydrogen ion is helping in the conversion of NADP to NADPH, while the electrons are helping in conversion of ADP to ATP, which is happening by the addition of phosphate group. Electrons help in the conversion of ADP to ATP by adding the phosphate group to ADP. Now, in the dark reaction, the CO2 is getting fixed into glucose molecules, and during this process NADPH and ATP is getting utilized. These glucose molecules can later on be stored as starch. This is again the descriptive summary of the entire light reaction and the dark reaction. In the light reaction, chlorophyll molecules absorb the light, photons of light, and these chlorophyll molecules get activated, and as a result they release the electron. These electron helps in adding the phosphate group to ADP and helps in the conversion of ADP to ATP. They also help due to the absorption of photon of light. These photolysis of water molecule takes place and H2O is getting converted into hydrogen ion and oxygen molecules. This hydrogen ion helps in conversion of NADP to NADPH. Now during the dark reaction, CO2 in the presence of enzyme Rubisco is getting converted to glucose, and during this process NADPH and ATP is also being utilized. So this entire cycle of reactions taking place which converts CO2, fixes CO2 into glucose, is known as Calvin cycle. The glucose is either immediately used up by the cell or stored in the form of starch.